I'm Mandy Hammerstein, and I've got some great guests today for live from Oscar's living room. It's going to be a bit of a different format. Hopefully you can see us here in this camera. So today we have pianist and vocalist Marc Sherman.
Hello.
And he's got some really fun things in store for us. He's going to be doing a few tributes, some Oscars, some not. But then I have some artists over here who are participating in the Art of Oscar. I'm going to move the camera around, you'll see them, don't you worry. And so upcoming, a public event here live at Highland Farm this Saturday on the 18th. Again, it's called the Art of Oscar. We have almost 50 artists from the region, New York, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, of course, New Jersey, all contributing, doing their version of what Oscar Hammerstein meant to them, what his words meant to them, and executing it in mixed media, oil painting, photography. So you'll get to come here, hopefully buy some art, and this is a way to show your support and collect a momentum of Oscar Hammerstein's legacy from local artists. You're also supporting the artists too, and the Arts and Cultural Council of Bucks County. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna move the camera over and we're gonna say hi to our friends over here. And you're gonna have to excuse, oh yeah, they weren't in that shot at all. You're gonna have to excuse, you know, we're doing everything like on the fly here, but we're certainly enjoying ourselves. So here I come to introduce. So right here we have Maggie Leiby, thank you for that. And then Sandy Adams.
Asky Adams.
I knew you had a hyphen, and I couldn't pronounce that first
That's
one.
okay.
Say it again for me.
I can hardly pronounce it.
Oh,
Sandy Asky Adams.
okay, great. And then we have
Donna McCafferty.
And then over here, Chi Bravo. So this is just a little hint. These are some great artists that happen to be available today to donate their time to really help promote what we've got going on here on Saturday the 18th. So Marc is going to start with a song, Marc, and let's see what that's going to be.
All of you at home who are watching to sing along, and these lovely ladies are going to sing along with me too.
Oh, yeah.
It was raining earlier, but it turned out to be a beautiful morning, so we're going to start out with some music from Oklahoma.
And ladies, if you want to sit on the couch, and then we'll go over to a painting.
There's a bright golden haze on a meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Everybody sing with me.
Here we go.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's coming my way. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, it don't miss a tree. And a lone weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Thank you. That was really great.
That was
Oh
great.
my word.
Yes.
Beautiful.
All right, so we're going to have Donna go first because Donna's got somewhere to go. Look at her. So we're going to walk over to
I
her.
don't mean to be rude.
Oh,
It's
no,
not-
it's not rude at
Okay.
all. But that was really good, Marc.
That was
Thank
really
you.
good.
Yeah.
Made me feel like we're having a good day.
Yes. Hold on, I'm going to reposition here. Do.
And so this story to Shannon.
All righty. you're on. I'm gonna come on over there and I'm gonna get the name of this painting and all the info and what you have going on as an artist
And
in general.
are we just talking about the
Yeah.
whole story, half the story?
Oh, let's see. Well, let's talk about your background quick. How long have you been? Oh, first of all, actually, is this an oil?
It's an oil.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take you to create?
I don't keep my hours because I paint when I can between
Okay.
my other businesses. But I would have to say, if I sat down and never got up all week long, I could get it done.
Okay, there we go.
So maybe a 30-hour painting, something
Oh,
like that.
wow. It's beautiful.
Thank
and
you.
what did we call it?
Ella.
Ella. Inspired from
Cinderella.
Right on.
A lot of people don't know that. Cinderella's name is Cinderella because she dealt with the cinders. So I
Yes.
have to explain that to a lot of people when they say, what are you calling it?
Yeah, or even if you knew and then you forgot.
Yes.
Because in a way, I think I actually forgot that fact. So
Uh-huh.
thank you for reminding me. And so as an artist participating, the artists get, their 50%, which is great. And hopefully that, pieces will be selling. And then the Arts Council and the HammersteinCenter.org project would also get proceeds, another 25%. So you're supporting everybody that's working so hard to make a really lovely experience for you to come here, get to experience the farm, learn what we've got going on behind the scenes. We have over 20 volunteers. Our board is growing, and it's really just a great time. And I'm going to say something. We're going to talk to an artist who's here today named T. Bravo. I met her at another art event years ago, I think back in 2013, that I was working on also as a fundraiser, very similar in format, and we've been friends ever since. So like with efforts like this, you really make the greatest people, and it resonates, and it goes on lifelong, hopefully. So that's another benefit to, joining and volunteering and getting involved.
And staying in your community.
Yeah. So
I
now
believe in that.
yes, absolutely. And you've been in the Bucks County area for how long?
I was remarried and moved out here with my husband,
Mhm.
and it's been almost 12 years.
Okay. And you teach art
I
classes?
do, and I taught before that when I used to
Mhm.
live in Chester County, and then when I moved here, we built like the studio of your dreams.
Oh, that's great. And
And
her daughter is over here, Megan, right now.
And Megan will attest to my studio is the studio of your dreams. I have graphic design up top, and then my messy art stuff down on below. So it's amazing. I don't know if you've ever been to my studio, but you have to come by.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Okay. And will you be here on Saturday? Not all artists are going to be here. It depends on their schedule. I know you're a busy one. Saturday for the public event. So just in a nutshell, so everybody understands. So Marc Sherman, he's actually going to be performing Thursday night leading up to the event. That's on the 16th. And then also Friday night on the 17th. Unfortunately, though, those are closed events for members and then donors on Friday. We have limitations how many people we can have on site at a time, but Saturday is open to the public, and we work with the township for that. But Marc will be performing and singing. There'll be food and drink here. So if any donors or Arts Council members are watching, we've got a lot to look forward to.
great.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll be
So
here
I'll be here on
Saturday.
Thursday for sure.
Okay.
Saturday I'll stop by.
Okay,
for sure.
great. And then what is the price of your piece?
Mine is $1,200.
Okay.
When I do raising money events like this, I try and make it affordable. I would have liked to have charged more, but I know I want to sell her.
Yeah.
So, and then as a citizen and trying to help the community, I always donate the frames.
Oh,
So I leave
great.
that outside of my pricing of my.
Oh, good. It's a beautiful frame.
Thank you.
And it looks
I
great
framed
in
it
the
myself. I
Oh,
framed
good
it.
job. Okay. Well, thank you.
welcome.
And thanks, Megan, for coming with Mom. And now we're going to move back over to Marc because he's got something planned with us musically.
Yes, and
I'm going to move the
in
camera over.
honor of this beautiful painting of Ella, I'm going to do something from Cinderella. And this was the first time, the only time that Rodgers and Hammerstein ever wrote music directly for a TV musical. And of course it was aired on 1957 on March 31st, starring Julie Andrews as Cinderella, and she won an Emmy for her performance. And it was so popular, I think 107 million viewers saw the broadcast that evening.
Oh, wow.
And it was so popular that they did it again in 1965 and then in 1997. So here we go with the song from Cinderella. It asks a very interesting question. Do I love you because you're beautiful, or are you beautiful because I love you?
artist is next. And before we do this, I want to I want to get a group shot of everybody. And I know I'm doing this live, but Donna's about to leave, and I really want a nice photo. So I am going to do this really quick, if I can. All right, camera. Hold on a minute. It's not working. All right, hold on. Oh, I know why. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oop, okay. Great. One more. And so did we decide who's going up next? That's awesome. I got it. Thank you. All right. I'll share that later online. Yes. Oh, bye, Ella. Ella's got to go.
No.
Yes.
Can I tell the ladies my story?
Oh, last.
Maybe later, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna
All right, so Maggie.
Yes.
All right, let's go over by your beautiful piece. It's right here in
and
the
I'm
corner,
sorry,
yeah?
ladies, I'm scooting out, but
Understand.
Nice
we
meeting
squeeze
you.
it in. Nice meeting you. I'll see you on Thursday. Will you be here
Well,
Thursday or
I'll
Friday,
be here.
Saturday?
I'm going to try and be here each day.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good.
Same here.
All right, now over to Maggie. We've got cords over here and lights and stuff, so let me make sure you're in. Okay, we're gonna get over here. We're gonna move this tripod, this awkward tripod. And try not to knock down valuable art.
Can I leave my easel here?
Yes,
Okay.
that you
thank
can do.
Yeah, I'll leave my easel here and then I'll just
And
bring
we
this
have a
on.
nice clean.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday we have to bring things back.
Yes.
Right? How are you doing it from Trenton?
Driving?
Are you? Do you want me to do it?
What?
On Wednesday.
More light?
live
No,
right
I
up the
think we
street.
see you really well, actually.
I will bring your picture.
Yeah.
No, I
Okay, so it's a tight frame, and we're looking at the painting right now, but now we're going to stand in front of it a little bit. So Maggie, tell us about this piece. And first of all, introduce yourself clearly, because I don't think I pronounced your name.
My name's Maggie Leiby. I live in Percy, and I'm an oil painter, instructor, realtor. I've worn many hats.
Okay, so this piece, bye Donna.
Really nice meeting you. Will you be here over the weekend?
Yes.
Oh, good. I look forward to it. And I'll bring my husband on Thursday.
Great, bye Donna.
Nice meeting you.
Okay, so this is a rather sizable piece. What are the dimensions? And it comes framed, yes?
Yes, it's 24 by 36. It's an oil painting, and it was done in the studio. I divide my time between plein air painting and studio painting, and this one was a little too aggressive to be on site. So it really was the carnival at Midway Carnival in Buckingham. For this show, I named it State Fair, representing, Oscar's musical State Fair.
Oh, great. It's beautiful. So is this 100% oils?
Yes,
Okay. And again, it is 36 by...
by 24.
Wonderful. And how many paintings like this do you do a year, would you say?
I used to paint full-time, I'd say 5 to 6 hours a day, 4 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
But in the last 3 years, I've been working as a realtor, so I kind of don't get as much time in the studio as I'd like. Although I still teach Thursday mornings and Thursday evenings, so.
At your Percy studio?
Yes.
Or okay.
Mhm.
That's really nice. That's rewarding, I'm sure.
Yes, it is.
And then do we have a price settled for this?
To be honest, I forget what I put on this, but I think I had $3,800,
Okay.
which is, of course, includes the frame.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Well, I can't wait to show it to our donors. Is there anything else that you'd like to?
Sometimes I like to share about my journey into art. It was sort of unusual the way I came into art. And back in 1988, I was working as a nurse, and I became very ill. And they thought I had lupus. And during that time, though, and I eventually had to give up my job. But during that time, I had a dream, and in my dream, I'm standing before God having to give an accounting of my life. And I'm telling him all the good things I had done. And when I finished, I looked up and he had this frown on his face, and I'm thinking, oh, he remembers the time when. So I said, what's the matter, Lord? And he said, well, where are all the paintings I planned for you to do?
Oh.
And I said, I always wished I could be an artist, but I can't draw. And he said, well, who do you think gave you that desire? And then he took me by the hand into this room filled with paintings from floor to ceiling, and he said, this is what I had planned for you. Then I woke up and I said to my husband, can you imagine going through your whole life with a gift or talent you didn't know you had just because you're afraid to try? Because even as a little girl, I just ached when I saw a beautiful landscape. But I thought an artist could draw anything out of their head in a matter of minutes, therefore I could never be an artist. But I found out you can learn to draw. So shortly after my dream, in our church building of all places, was beginning oil painting classes. I went with that woman for a year, another woman for a year, and then in '91 I went back to school and earned my degree in art. All the while my health was improving. So I graduated with a bachelor's in art, and I've been painting and teaching ever since. And I like to use a quote that Einstein used. He said that logic will take you from point A to point B, but your imagination will take you anywhere. But I like to expand on that and say when you follow your dreams, that takes you beyond your wildest imaginations. Because here, who would have ever thought 30 years ago that I'd be standing in Oscar Hammerstein's living room talking about art? So it's been an amazing journey.
Oh, wow.
So
I
thank
love
you.
that story, and I'm so glad you had that dream.
That is beautiful.
It's completely beautiful. I'm really glad you took the time to share that with us. And so our viewers know, will you be here on Saturday when we have our public event from 12 to 4?
Yes.
Oh, great. So this is a really nice time to just get to know other people in your community and other people who are also passionate for the arts, whether it be music writing, visual arts, and so on. And we were talking about earlier, before we officially hit the live button here on Facebook, that we've been asked why this event makes sense. Oscar was a lyricist, he was a songwriter, and as cliche as I said it may sound, Oscar was able to write the most beautiful words and create the most beautiful pictures in everyone's imagination. And to see what these artists can create, you know, inspired by his words and what kind of imagery came to mind for them, and then they get to share that with us, is just a tremendous thing. So hopefully you'll get to experience that when you come here and meet nearly the 50 artists. So now, ladies, who do we have next? We have Sandy and Chi. Chi Bravo. Okay. We're gonna move this. Sneak around.
Oh, I love that one. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That touched me. That really.
Oh, and Mark, I know you have another song for us. Right.
What am I now?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you know what? She looks very ready. She looks so ready right now. So we'll just jump into that, and then I can't wait to hear the songs that they were
I've
talking
been ready
about
since
earlier.
Friday.
Oh man, I love it. Oh yeah, it's all you, stinker you. Okay, let me get you into focus here. There we go. Perfect. Wow, the light here really makes your makeup look wonderful.
Thank you.
Yes. So I'm pretty comfortable with this lady right here. So thank you for watching Chi Bravo. Chi, tell us what we've got here.
Okay, what we have here, I'm a printmaker by trade, and I've been working on actually a series of performers, subway performers, based on my journey into the New York subway. So, and usually I don't like to get sidetracked. So I decided to do this particular piece because I'm like, I went through all the pictures of Oscar online, and there wasn't that many to choose from, you know, and I thought, you know, what came to mind immediately was, hey, what about a Warholish take on Oscar, you know, and I did some research, and I didn't find anything that Andy Warhol did pertaining to Oscar, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And a twist, I'm gonna make, you know, a Chi Bravo twist to it, because I normally put metallics in all my pieces, and I did it with this particular piece. Then I text your husband, Will, and I said, give me 5 to 10 Broadway musicals that you think Oscar would have considered, you know, his best pieces. I mean, they're all great. And he came up with these 5 that I had no idea existed. And I'm like, oh my goodness. You know, some of them is called Rosemary, you know, Flower Drum Song, and these other pieces. And I'm like, I have to see these now, you know. And the last time I saw Paris, he's like, you can go with just that one and I'll be fine. I'm like, no, I want to go with all of them.
Yeah.
plus Oklahoma, which was a very important piece, Showboat, and my favorite was, one of them was South Pacific.
Right.
Right? So, so I came in and did my thing, and I wanted to actually go epic,
Yes.
right? Epic meant big. But with the time frame, I managed to do something which was more within my comfort zone,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this is what I came up with. And actually, I'm a key member with the Frontline Arts.
Yes.
And I love being there because I have a whole studio, print
Mhm.
studio to myself. So I was there for like 16 to 17 hours working on this piece with no interruption,
Oh,
which
wow.
was awesome.
Right.
You know, so this is my ode to Oscar. And I
That's
hope,
the title of it, right?
yes, that's
And they're
the title.
numbered. I
Yeah.
feel like you told me there was more than one piece available, but
Yes.
a limited edition
It's a
perhaps?
limited edition. It's a silk screen, and I have actually 13 hand pull pieces.
Okay.
Drawn pieces. So there's just a limited edition of 13 pieces here. This one is the only framed one, and this one is gonna be at $6.25.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the unframed ones would be like this.
Oh, great. Let me make sure it's in the camera. Uh-huh. Oh.
Yeah, and these will be at $3.25 each. So we can have, if
You have your options.
yes,
Yeah.
and if more than one person wants to have a piece of this, a piece of the artwork, they
Mhm.
can too. So there's only like 13 pieces. That's it.
That's it. That's it, everybody. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. And you now operate out of Trenton. You were in New Hope for quite a while. You're originally from Miami.
Yes.
Well,
Yes. I'm actually originally from Trinidad. Lived in Miami half my life. Moved up to New Hope. Stayed in New Hope. This is where I met Mandy. And then because of my son is in a new school, it's closer to Trenton. It's much closer to his school, so we moved to Trenton. And recently, one of my pieces is in a juried art show at the Ellerslie Mansion, the Trenton City Museum, and they bought the piece
for their collection.
permanent collection.
That's great.
And tomorrow I
That's
take.
where I was getting to.
Yes, okay. And then tomorrow I take my latest mixed media painting, which is a 56 by 46
Wow.
inch to New York for a show next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm also good. I just finished a portrait last night,
Oh,
a self-portrait that's going into another New York show this month. So
look at that.
and then I'm done for a short vacation.
You need a spa day or a spa week.
So, but it's been exciting.
Yeah.
2019 has been very good to me so far.
And will people have the opportunity to meet you on Saturday during the public event?
Yes,
Okay.
I will be here. Definitely.
great.
I won't miss it for the world.
Oh, good. Well,
You know,
thank
I
you.
love it.
Yeah, I love you too.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Now we're gonna go over to Mark, and he's gonna show us what he's got.
Well, you mentioned one of the shows you have in there, I think it's The Last Time I Had Paris.
Yes.
And, that's an interesting choice because that song actually won an Oscar in 1941, but they used that song as the basis of an entire movie in 1954 called The Last Time I Had Paris, starring Van Johnson and Walter Pidgeon, Donna Reed, Eva Gabor, and Odette, who sang the song in the movie.
Oh.
And here we go with the song. The last time I saw Paris, her heart was warm and gay. I heard the laughter of her heart in every street cafe. The last time I saw Paris, her trees were dressed for spring, and lovers walked beneath those trees, and birds found songs to sing. I dodged the same old taxi cabs I had dodged before. The chorus of their squeaky horns was music to my ears. The last time I saw Paris, her heart was warm and gay. I'll remember her that way.
Love it.
And we think of Paris because of the burning of Notre Dame. I was very fortunate to be there 2 years ago, and I hope they can rebuild it. And I was very fortunate to be able to go in there and hear an organ concert. So it's I think of that whenever I play this song.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing that. Hopefully we all have fond memories of Paris one way or another, whether we've been there or not. Just the romantic idea of it. Yeah. Oh, terrific. Okay, Sandy. So you are next. Let's see, we're gonna move the camera around and get some lighting repositioned so we can see your work so beautifully displayed. Yeah. All right, guys, excuse the shaky camera for a moment as we reposition over here. You'll see a hint of Oscar's dining room and all the stuff on the table over there. And here's his iconic staircase. What's happened on these stairs? Some family marriages, for one. All right, let's see. And there she is. All right, great. All right, so. Awesome. Okay. Okay, so today, now we're over here with Sandy Adams, and you're going to tell me your middle name again.
Oh, my maiden name, Askey, A-S-K-E-Y, Sandy Askey.
And what's your website? Is it sandyadams.com?
No,
Because
it's
I was on it.
Sandy
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
SandyAskeyAdams.com.
And Sandy actually brought over here, we're not going to have time to talk about everything, but she's in some books.
Yeah,
What
my
is it?
work's been published.
Yeah.
And it's in art magazines also.
Some beautiful photography on you and your work. And
I've worked in several mediums. I started painting drawing when I was about 4 years old. Actually, my mom, I was drawing on the walls, and she sat me down too. She sat me down and showed me how to do a portrait and that kind of thing. And then I just was interested in art all my life. So I was an art major in high school, but
so it's fair to say that you've devoted your life
my
to
whole
the
life.
visual arts. Yeah.
Like Maggie was saying, I thought that story she told was absolutely beautiful, because all my life I wondered, is this what I'm supposed to do? Because I had done it all my life, I was worried that I was, as a little girl, I took the wrong path or something. But that's why that meant so much to me, because it was telling me that I guess I had been on the right path, because I was torn between music and painting. And obviously I'm not musical like Marc, so that's why I have the paintings on the easel. So, but I work in oils, acrylics, watercolors, and soft pastels. I started soft pastels and oils when I was majoring in art in high school.
Okay.
So now the best thing that happened to me, I think, with the art was I made it for pastel signature membership in the Pastel Society of America.
Oh, wow.
So I was excited. Then I got it into, which is a really big deal because not everyone makes that signature membership. So I'm still floating on a cloud from it.
Oh.
And then Maryland Pastel Society accepted me as signature membership too.
Oh, wonderful.
So, oh gosh.
Well, let me ask you about what we have here. So first let's talk about the size.
This is a 18 by 24 soft pastel. It doesn't have the matting on it, which you go between putting mats on or without mats. And matting used to be pretty popular. Now this is the rage.
Okay.
Putting a spacer between the glass.
It's a beautiful spacer. It's a great frame.
It's I love the frame. I bought it from the Bucks County Art Gallery when he was closing his shop.
Oh, no.
This one is representative of climbing every mountain because this was at the top of the mountain.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
I just love his music because it brings me to tears.
Right.
Even playing it in the studio and that while I'm painting.
Thanks for that.
So, yes, I asked him to play that song earlier. and
Oh. Now, does it make sense when you hear music? Does that inspire your work? Is it fair to say that for?
Oh, yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think, obviously, Oscar Hammerstein had a feeling for nature, too.
Right.
And it comes out in his music, and I think you can't separate the two. And that's why it's
Beautiful representation.
so,
Thank you.
I mean, music and painting goes together.
It really does. It really does. Pictures. What does this piece? What is it gonna sell for?
Oh,
On
this
Saturday?
piece is $3,800. This one is $800, and then the one behind it is
Mhm.
from one of the about being a day of. Gosh, you know what? You really get nervous when you do this stuff.
Tell me about it. It's not easy, so we make you, especially when it's live. You know?
Yes.
But you're doing great. And these are still intact. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me put these. In.
Oh no! I'll have a different
Thank you.
easel in the show. I have an easel that has double.
Everything will be on display and secured when you're here.
Right. But I won't have this easel. I have another easel
That's
that
right.
shows two. But
But thank you.
he I think him living in Bucks County and the beauty of Bucks County, it had to have inspired him.
Sure.
Don't you think? In many
Oh yeah,
ways?
absolutely. If you were to talk to my brother-in-law, of course my husband, they could go on with really long stories about what they've heard generationally from their family, and there's a lot of beautiful stories about what happened here. And oh, what a beautiful morning! From what my husband tells me, is ultimately a love song to Bucks County, Doylestown in particular.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
just looking out his window and seeing the nature here. And corn as high as an elephant's eye, that's also inspired from what we find here in Bucks County. And another thing to know is that, again, we're a nonprofit, the OscarHammersteinCenter.org website. We're trying to raise enough money so we can acquire this property from the current owner. The walls, not to be morbid, but I'm being honest, they are closing in. This beautiful property was once almost 80 acres. It's down to just under 5 acres. So our goal is to, again, acquire the property so we can open it up to the public and make a beautiful museum for everyone to enjoy here and get deeper inspiration on Oscar's work, his humanitarianism. There'll be education programming, everything. So it's really involved. If you want to know more, just simply go onto the website, again, HammersteinCenter.org, and a special thanks to not only the artists, but the Arts Council for pulling this together and believing in all of us. Yes. So we're going to move over to Marc again. I think he has one last song, and then we'll see you soon. And then I'm going to, here we go, move this thing.
It is so exciting to be here in Oscar's house where he wrote all that great music, words and music. He wrote the words, and Richard Rogers wrote the music for a lot of the shows. But we're going to close with a song that I'd like to dedicate to Doris Day, who just passed away. I heard on the news this morning. And I'd like everyone to sing along with me. This song is from her movie from 1956, The Man Who Knew Too Much. It was a spy movie starring Doris Day and James Stewart. And in the movie, she sings this wonderful song, Que Sera Sera. It became her theme song. And she used it in her show, the Doris Day Show, when she was on television for about 5 years. So everyone sing along with me, please.
Oh, I don't know if you want that for me.
Oh,
but...
yes, we do. When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Everybody. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart what life
donors and Arts Council members, you'll see Mark and these artists on Thursday and Friday night. And public, you'll get to meet the artists and see all the art. So please come and show your support. And just thank you again for making this a
My
really
pleasure.
lively episode from live from Oscar's living room. Bye, everybody. Bye, artists. Yay! Yay!